Daniel, who goes by Danny Oberg, was a 28-year-old who went missing from Sweet Home, Oregon on April 23, 2017. Danny was a very healthy and active person and was a dad to 2 dogs, Misa and Coda. He even had these dogs on a super healthy diet. Danny lived with his dad, Ken in Sweet Home, and Ken said it was normal for Danny to come in and out. On the morning of the Sunday the 23rd, Danny was coming in around 6 a.m. and he seen that his dad was awake and asked him what he was doing up so early. Ken tells Danny that he got called to do some work. Ken leaves the house shortly after this and doesn't return until 5 p.m. When he returns to the house, Danny, the dogs, and the car were gone. Ken was gone all day, working on Monday, and when he gets home, Danny's still not home. Tuesday morning, Ken texts Danny but receives no response. That same day, the police find Danny's car in a wooded area, stuck in the mud, meaning that it was in the mud, but it wasn't for real stuck. This was not an area that Danny's been known to be in, but one of the friends that he was with that day had mentioned going to this place a few times previously. The car looked as if it had been ransacked, and there were chips all over the floor, which is not how Danny would treat that car because it was his grandma's car and he kept it very clean. Police find a receipt in the car for a Safeway grocery store dated for the 23rd. Police head over to the Safeway and they ask him for the security footage, and once they got it, they seen that Danny was seen inside with a friend while another friend was outside waiting in the car. This was the last time that Danny was seen. Ken obtained phone records and pinged the phone, as well as getting a look into who the last people who were to talk to Danny before he disappeared. One of his gaming friends from states away said that Danny stopped responding on the 23rd and that she was starting to get worried. One of the numbers ended up being the stepmom of one of the friends that Danny was with, and this friend was using Danny's phone to contact his stepmom. The woman also says that she hasn't heard from her stepson since then either. Now on the 28th, this friend shows up without Danny, without the dogs. Nobody knows where this person was from the 23rd until the 28th. Danny's dogs were found on a farm near where the car was found. Regarding the pings on the phone never pinged in the area that his car was found. It looks like the phone was last used on the 23rd, turned off on the 24th, and then turned back on the 25th, pinging in Sweet Home. Danny's so-called friends did not help with the searches. They didn't want to talk to Ken about Danny, and they keep changing their stories. There's tons of talk and rumors, but one prominent rumor regarding an overdose and a cover-up. Danny has experimented with drugs in the past, but he was not a known habitual drug user. If anyone knows what happened to Danny Oberg, please call the Lane County Sheriff's Office at 541-682-4150. So for my theory, I did some digging to see if I could find out the names of the friends that Danny was with before he went missing, and I found that the friend who was calling his stepmom, that friend's name is Sean, but for the life of me, I could not find any information about the other friend. And the fact that this person is not publicly named makes me think that the friends absolutely did something. The Sean kid's stepmom says that Sean and the other kids dropped Danny off in the woods to settle a drug debt. It sounds to me like a convenient story to take the heat off of her child. These 2 friends absolutely know what happened to Danny, and the lack of police willingness and the alleged corruption are super detrimental to this case. Police say that certain areas cannot be searched due to a safety hazard, and I did speak with someone who attempted to search in these areas, and this person said that they found the people indeed to be threatening, which would make sense if Danny's body was in this area. Please drop case requests and theories in the comments.